only happened today, so hopefully we have all the facts on it, because it's a lot more deep than I realised. And by deep, I mean it's insane. So Tom DeLonge. Do you guys know who Tom DeLonge is?
I miss you,
Where are you?
I'm so sorry.
I cannot sleep. I cannot eat tonight.
I need somebody and always.
So the answer I was looking for was the singer of Blink-182 and or Angels in Airwaves.
Right.
So, I know what you're thinking. Oh, is he coming out with a new album or something? No. He wants you to help him fund making a spaceship. And I'm not joking. That's really what he wants.
I like spaceships.
That was one of the things he wants.
Yeah. Well,
amongst other things.
Yeah. That was probably the most outlandish.
What?
Actually,
they wanted to figure out the part of the brain that's responsible for telepathy.
Okay.
And they want to make aliens.
So you watched the 5-minute video, right? What did you get from it? What did you think?
Did you say make aliens?
See the aliens. Hang out with the aliens.
What did I think? I was very confused, and I just assumed that it was part of a music video. What happened, Ali? Tell me what happened, because I was confused by the end of it. It sounds like he's trying to start a private version of NASA, but a crazy one.
Tweet it, or was it?
The only thing I can think of that kind of relates to it in a terrible way, but it does, is it feels like a Coney 2012 kind of thing.
It does have that feeling.
It's a mobilizing video, and the video is quite inspirational and makes you think, yeah, let's do it. Like, let's go to space.
They had a lot of grainy footage of UFOs.
Yeah, you don't
spliced in there. Does that inspire? Does that inspire you? Because every time it came up, I was like, oh.
What's wrong with UFOs?
Well, that's just because you're a classic skeptic, Jono. You just don't believe, do you? I'm just looking for the link.
I mean, if they came out saying they'd done something, yeah.
But it wasn't just Tom DeLonge.
No, it wasn't just Tom DeLonge.
It was the rest of Blink-182 as well. Nah, I'm just kidding. It was Sum 41.
No, I'm just kidding. There was a bunch of people. One of them's Steve Justice, former head of Skunkworks at Lockheed Martin, which is actually legit. Look that up. Checked it up. Skunkworks are the ones responsible for the SR-71, the F-117 Nighthawk.
Love the SR-71.
The bit of the F-22, like the most advanced aircraft ever made. A lot of them,
the Concorde,
were birthed in Skunkworks. Well, the Concorde went at Mach 2. The SR-71 went at Mach 3.24, up to 4.
So he's legit. He has some credibility.
Yeah, I mean he wasn't responsible for the SR-71, but being head of Skunkworks is like a very legitimate thing. Like that's probably the best job a straight up aerospace engineer could ever get.
Aren't you an aerospace engineer?
Yeah, no. Being a head of Skunkworks would be like, that's the most, like one of the most famous recent engineers was the head of Skunkworks, Ben Johnson.
Why isn't he the head?
An opening.
Why isn't he the head of Skunkworks anymore?
I don't know. I guess he retired. He's older.
Yeah, all the guys he had with him are super old.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they all, I watched most of the live stream of the longer version of the event. And one of them has a pretty hectic alien story that I was like, whoa, that was pretty cool.
Was that one of the intelligence? So there was that Skunkworks guy. There was another guy who's a parapsychologist, Dr. something.
I think he had something to do with the Air Force because it was jets encountering a UFO.
Right, okay.
So most of it isn't like body aliens and like encounters with aliens, it's UFOs.
Yeah.
So the main kind of pitch of the ship stuff was they want to understand how UFOs are transporting because they're not working in conventional methods, like they don't have jet engines and they don't move the same way.
Well, this is the basis of their argument. They start with the assumption UFOs, there's enough evidence that they're real.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's like some guys who are army intelligence, there's a guy who's like an aerospace engineer, there's a guy who's like a doctor in like sort of physics who's been studying this stuff for a really long time.
Theoretical physics.
Yeah, and they're convinced that there are UFOs. There's enough evidence for them. They feel like they're convinced that it's true. And they're just going on the assumption, okay, if it's true, that means that there is technology that's possible.
Yeah.
That would make interstellar travel possible. like passing through matter, kind of the sort of space-time manipulation that's required in order to travel vast distances. They're saying, we have enough evidence of aliens to tell us that stuff works and is real. So we're either going to try and reverse engineer what the aliens have done, or we're going to figure it out ourselves and do it.
Catch them with a big net.
Yeah.
But it's also...
Big app.
There wasn't just that aspect to it. They were talking about paranormal stuff, like one of them had something to do with psychic.
Hal Puthoff. That's him. Dr. Hal Puthoff.
What does he do? Consultation to the US government for national security matters,
Etc., etc.
etc., etc.
There was a lot of consultants. That was on the top of like basically all of them. And I want to know what it takes for you to be a consultant to the US government on national security.
They called and
matters.
asked him a question one time.
Were you at the golf course with Donald Trump? And, like, he yelled something at him. Yeah, he was. So I was looking up his bio. He's basically like, he's published a lot of stuff about people with like psychic abilities or like telepathy or something. And he published like one in Nature, which is a pretty respected journal, but a bit more poppy sometimes. Like it's the big headline ones. Like if you see like a big science thing, it's like, yeah, but like it's still scientific and like still like it's insane to get in Nature. It means you're going to get lots of funding because you're going to be famous.
I love to get out in nature.
But his one was basically like he'd done an experiment on a guy who said that he was psychic, and they were saying we're convinced that he is. We've proven that he is with our experimental methodology. But then like other people analyzed their methodology and they were like, no, your experiment wasn't actually very airtight. And there was ways that he could do it. And it turned out later that the guy was actually like a magician and he used sleight of hand to trick people.
Like Chris Angel.
Also, that guy was a Scientologist for a while.
Oh.
But then he left in the 70s.
It's in the 70s. How old is this guy?
Old.
Oh. How has he lived so long?
He's like 80 something.
Oh, okay. He's good.
Yeah.
So are they asking for our money?
Yes.
It's pretty much a really, really, really elegant
Crowdfunding scheme.
Yeah. Just like Coney was, right?
Right?
Right.
Did they ever get Coney?
So you're telling us
No.
that Tom DeLonge is going to be caught...
Jacking off on a street, maybe.
Yes.
If he hasn't already. But that wouldn't be weird for him, though, right? Maybe that's where their advantage is.
Where are you?
I'm so sorry.
I can see his apology now. It's all coming out.
Well, no, that's him singing on the street right afterwards.
Yeah. Well, they...
Looking at it on the road.
Look, they are asking for money. You can buy shares in this company. What's the company called?
Something to the stars.
To the Stars Academy of
Arts and Sciences. I guess
so they want to combine aerospace, science, and
entertainment. I guess that's what
Weird
Tom DeLonge doing there.
Okay.
But they have already made $225,000. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
I'm surprised it's not more. There are a lot of people who would believe the conspiracy theories that there are aliens out there.
conspiracy.
So what did you say? Aerospace, science, and entertainment, right?
Yes.
That is a bit of a weird one, but it is kind of genius in the fact that they got entertainment in there because that's the only way they're going to sell it and keep it interesting, right?
Part of their shtick is that they want to produce media that normalizes fringe science. So they're talking about pushing the boundaries of science. They're talking about being like, let's try and figure out how to get to where we would be at 2,500 in like 2,500 the year.
Leap forward.
Now.
Mm.
I mean, so the basis of the space technology is that you need to be able to manipulate space itself
How do you do that theoretically?
with dark energy and dark matter.
Is dark matter a real thing?
We don't, well, yeah, but we don't know what it is. That's why, that's the entire reason why it's called dark. It's
So-
not like a color or anything like that.
How do you know it's a thing then?
We know it's a thing because of the effect it has on gravity.
Right.
So we know it's a thing because you can measure the gravitational pull of... You can measure the mass of a galaxy by looking at the effect it has on everything around it. And they basically calculate how much mass there is also from how bright it is. So you can work out how much visible stuff there is, and then there's a whole bunch of not visible matter. And we go, we don't know what that is, so it's dark matter.
Sounds a lot like the Force.
Dark energy... Dark
It
energy is this thing that's like... So the universe is expanding. The expansion of the universe is accelerating.
Oh.
As if something is pushing it outwards. Now, we have only got gravity and 3 other forces, and none of them could do that. So we hypothesize that there is some energy, dark just meaning we don't know what it is, that has an impact over large distances. And if you could manipulate it, you could theoretically curve space-time in a way that allows you to travel faster than light.
So there might be something that we can tap into somehow. So it's not crazy.
Yeah, but the thing is, what it takes to get to that, the kind of energies where you can explore, is what CERN is for. That's what the Large Hadron Collider in France is for.
Can they get one of them for $200,000?
Probably not.
Yeah, shame.
It's a one-of-kind thing. There probably isn't even a price on it, right?
It would have cost like billions and billions and billions to make.
Yes.
Yeah,
The price is like all the engineers who have to design it, all the materials, the land. It crosses over a border. It's part in Switzerland, part in France.
How did they afford it?
That was like a massive organized effort from like lots of governments to contribute scientists, engineers, money. There's a few projects like that. There's one to build a fusion reactor that's gigantic.
Did they have any rock stars?
Nah.
Did they make damage?
But there was a scientist with a mohawk.
Ooh.
And he was in one of the videos at CERN, and
Close
everyone
enough.
loved him. Mohawk and tattoos.
Have you seen that movie, The Men Who Stare at Goats?
No.
I tell you what, though. How good was the show Fringe? Did you guys watch it?
Nah, had a Fringe for a while.
Yeah.
Do you
That
not
doesn't
have
sound
fringe
right.
right now?
I don't know.
There's hair on your forehead. I thought that was the qualification for it.
Look at it wiggle!
It doesn't move. How much product do you have in your hair right now?
0.
It's just natural
You-
oil.
is it
He's got-
true?
He's got like the purest white person hair like ever.
Is it true that you think that stops aliens from probing your mind?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yep.
What?
How would you know? Anyway,
How
I
would
think
you
this
know?
is exciting. I just hope this doesn't turn into another Coney. It'll be interesting if it actually does go somewhere.
It would be interesting.
I don't really see the point of it. Just because like there's already heaps of research organizations and they are researching physics at the edge, so it's like, why wouldn't you just contribute to them? Because they actually have scientists who are doing actual work.
Yeah,
I don't get the point of the
Are they
crowd.
looking at the
Crowdfunding and that sort of
ridiculous
things.
stuff? Though?
Yeah.
But the ridiculous stuff is ridiculous because it's can't really be like if you could actually scientifically look at this stuff, someone would be doing it.
Mm. Which you said the French people are, right? The Hadron Collider is...
Yeah, that's an effort to legitimately push the boundaries of science.
But how
they
can they-
needed more and more energy in order to break down matter to the point where you can actually look into it and see what's inside. It's like the analogy is like matter behaves very differently when it's really, really hot and has lots of energy. That's the point of the CERN. That's where you're pushing the boundaries, the energy level.
But they don't have people that were on the inside.
And how can they research something they don't even believe in?
Yeah.
Yes.
What about Roswell?
Where are you?
I cannot sleep. I cannot dream
They also want
tonight.
like energy beam technology and beam projection or something
You
like
say
that.
that like it's a bad thing. But that just got me excited. To see
I'm
what
saying
you
it like it's a thing that means nothing.
said. Right. You mean like
because it
teleportation.
does. Like you're just saying words at that point.
The way you were talking about energy before sounded like we could go through a wormhole or something.
That stuff's true.
Mm.
Like true in the sense that yes, we have observations that say this effect is happening, really accurate ones that say the expansion is accelerating. So we hypothesize that there's dark energy. That's a true thing. Like saying, I don't know. There was a part of this that was like a lot of it was hinging on the fact that aliens have to exist. Like not aliens, but
okay.
like UFOs.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the assumption is like we've seen UFOs, therefore this stuff is possible. You know, and it's like okay, I'm gonna need more evidence on the UFO part.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess they can't.
Because you're telling me to trust you on the rest of it on the basis of the UFO stuff. I'm okay with your conclusions, but it's hinging on that. And you kind of need to show that that's true.
Yeah. It takes a little bit of faith. Just like anything, right?
Don't
I have
waste
faith.
your time on me.
Oh, there you go. You already said it.
I didn't say it.
Said
Tom
that years
DeLonge.
He
ago.
said it.
If you're still listening to him, what are we doing?
Oh.
Well, let's just hope he doesn't end up jacking off in public. But anyway, that's
Can
enough
always
for
hope.
that. It seems like kind of a hoax, but it seems like they do believe it. So
I'm going to buy shares in the company.
No, you're not.
it's a $200 minimum investment.
Oh,
But you
I
get-
thought it was $5 a share.
One share is $5, but $200 minimum investment.
Oh, no minimums.
It probably costs them more in admin costs to actually have your like details put down for that
They need
$5
to
share.
develop an app so that everyone can contribute data.
Exactly.
What are they? Yeah. Okay.